Le club fondeur Laurentide qui célèbre cette année leur 50e anniversaire de formation d'athlètes. Sandrine Brown, qui est issue en fait du club des fondeurs, double olympienne et membre de l'équipe nationale. And the remarkable Gill family of Morin-Heights. I was going to say, maybe you don't know about that. Their name is not as famous as Harvey. But you can see they are quite well known. The 6 members together have achieved an astonishing 117 completion of the Coureur de Bois Gold at the Canadian Ski Marathon. On va en parler plus tard. Nous avons également l'honneur d'accueillir.
Removing his jaw from the floor, hearing about your hard-earned Coureur de Bois Gold horns, you might ask, tongue-in-cheek, I suspect I might be seeing you in Montebello next year.
Gill clan of Morin-Heights. Together, the 6 family members have achieved a remarkable feat, more than 117 completion of the Coureur des Bois, the most demanding category of the marathon. Ce défi consiste à parcourir 160 km en 2 jours en autonomie complète, incluant une nuit à la belle étoile. Dena et Brian ont, par leur passion, introduit d'innombrables personnes au ski de fond et au marathon canadien du ski, événement légendaire inspiré de la vie de Jackrabbit. Les Gill incarnent un engagement durable envers le ski nordique.
If you're successful for 7 years, you get a permanent number, and you have it the rest of your life. So you can see this one's quite old. I mean, quite low because I'm quite old. Anyways, I'm Brian Gill, and this is our story. I entered the Canadian Ski Marathon with some rugby buddies, too much rum. So during the start, someone stabbed my bamboo basket, and I fell, and people fell on top of me. Good start. A little while later, I'm going down a hill, and a rather large woman crashed into me, and I'm down again. What's this all about? So I got going, and then I hit a tree, tore my groin apart, did 2 sections that year, and I went, this doesn't make sense. You know what I need is Pierre Harvey to teach me how to ski. Well, I didn't know Pierre at the time, so I got someone else to do it. Next year I came back with a racing team, and we won in 76, and we won in 77, 3rd in 78, and so in 79, I said, I'm going to do the Coureur de Bois. Great. Well, the National Film Board was there. They were filming. It was 52 below zero. Well, I was successful, and then I kept going, and my last gold I did in 2023. I was 79, going on 80. It was my 37th gold, and I said, that's enough. But along the way, I found a family. This is my wife, Dena.
Cross-country skis. I got the hint. I better learn how to ski. Brian and I signed up for the marathon, and he signed up for a silver Coureur de Bois. I was a tourer, and he convinced me that touring meant, you know, nice, easy hills, and most of all, hardly any herring. The day before the marathon, he managed to change my registration to a Coureur de Bois bronze. He said he thought I could do it. discussion we had concerning his definition of not very much herringbone on section 3. But hey, the conditions were perfect. 2 sunny days, the track was extremely fast, and 160 kilometers later, we skied into Ottawa. Guess who was the guest speaker at the banquet? Jackrabbit Johansen. Boy, he was well over 100 years, and what a great inspiration. What an interesting introduction for me into the Canadian Ski Marathon. And by the way, I married Brian anyway. I must have got the marathon bug because I ended up completing 28 of those gold things. I had the pleasure of skiing with the Swix Chicks women's touring and racing team, and that was really fun. So here.
I got dragged into the marathon when I was 8 years old, eagerly plugging away at the first couple of sections for a couple of years. But I ended up actually keeping the family legacy on track in the 80s. When I was 12, Mom and Dad were contemplating skipping the marathon for a few years. For a number of reasons. One of them, there was a newborn in the house. And I piped up at Thanksgiving dinner that year and said, my favorite part of the year is always marathon weekend. Well, from that moment on, we never talked about skipping another marathon. And then I got it in my head to become the youngest person to ever achieve a permanent bid by earning 5 gold bars on my way to the 15 that I got in total, which I proudly accomplished by the age of 20. A record I thought would stand forever. But then, this kid came and my little brother broke my record 11 years later at the age of 19.
I'm Jamey, and I came late to this party. But it's an unexpected honor to be up here today, because anyone who's seen me ski Section 3 will know that this is more than just about ability. Determination plays a part, and family is key. You see, I was living out west and kept hearing stories about crisp, sunny days and adventurous nights spent under the stars. Sounds like fun, right? Well, minus 27 at 5 in the morning at Gold Camp can strain your definition of that word. So for me, the marathon is about family. And it's about coming home to Quebec to see family and friends and have a little fun in the outdoors. And I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
I also tricked my wife into skiing gold. She made it 6 times, and I'm very proud of her. Our group has skied thousands of marathon miles, and there were some bests, and there were some worse. Jess freezing so cold at camp that he actually had to zip up the sleeping bag with Dad. Me breaking a ski, still making it. Jamey breaking a ski and still making it. Mom freezing her toes so badly that the surgeon recommended amputation. Jess waiting for me for hours at the end of 4 just to slow waddle into camp and then still have to camp and ski the next day. Dad making gold when he was 79 was unbelievable. And then Haley absolutely falling at the finish line before we got engaged at the end of the marathon was absolutely the highlight, of course. We're all proud of our permanent numbers, but more than that is the friends that we were with through the ski season because of the marathon. friends that drove us to the Starlight at 4 a.m. Pit crew that was waxing our skis and ringing the cowbell, comforting us when we fail, and celebrating with us at Marathon Monday when we succeed. Marathon Monday, Morin-Heights unofficial holiday. People that we skied hundreds of kilometers with are here, you know. Eric, Armando, Pierre, Anita, Chris, Dom, Mariana Weiss, Guy Thibodeau, you're amazing and you've made so many skiers feel proud and acknowledged, and we really respect and appreciate you. Thank you. The Laurentian Ski Museum, this is just a tremendous honor. Tonight's been really special for our family, and we really thank you. This has been a great honor. And of course the CSM for providing that horrible test in February that makes you wonder, have I still got it? One thing is for sure, I'll say, is growing up in our house was a little bit different.
It was also always an adventure.
But Mom and Dad, we wouldn't have had it any other way. We love you.
Et finalement, notre dernier intronisé, Alex Harvey.